this is Bern.
Hello, this is Simon Beliveau. How are you today?
I'm very good. Yourself?
We believe in the power of food. And then that final piece, farms, land, the people side is how do you engage people in this whole discussion around local food and our farm and food economy and the impact.
I think that's why local is so powerful. It's like people do not have the bandwidth to absorb all this stuff, and local kind of solves the thinking problem.
There's no one there, though the pavement's a one huge crowd. I can drive down the road, my eyes don't see, though my mind wants to cry out loud.
And sometimes that's true and sometimes it's not. So I have like this academic brain that is like very suspicious about local being the savior kind of food for the food movement and for people's health especially. But as a person in my own life, I try really hard to buy locally. And I know that, for example, it doesn't always have a better carbon footprint than something that might be grown in a warmer state and then shipped here. But the lack of transparency when something's from far away is such that I just feel better when I'm buying from folks who are here.
The lack of transparency to me is a huge reason why local food has become so popular and powerful. You can't find out much about most of the rest of the food system, so it's very empowering to be able to be intentional. But again, that said, I think it's a good thing if there was transparency, throughout the food system. It can support people around the world. You hear that a lot, or you read it a lot too. Local is more energy efficient, and that's just something people have sort of made up. A fully loaded tractor trailer coming across the country is actually pretty efficient per unit, per calorie of food, versus a box truck driving around small towns in the Northeast is actually much less efficient. There are people that drive an hour or more to get to farmer's market with one pickup load of food. So if you're just looking at transportation costs, local doesn't look so good.
It is a way for people to come together around the table, right? Food is a way to improve our environment and not degrade our environment. Food's a way to rebuild community as opposed to supporting these anonymous corporations that really don't have anything to do with Vermont, right? Mm-hmm. And food can be economic development, positive, I had a great time as a kid driving a tractor and putting up hay. Sure. Why can't many families have that great time but also make a living, right? And do fine. Why should a kid not consider farming? So we run an incubator here in the Intervale. So if you're we had Ben Butterfield came down and he was like, I got kind of a business idea on a napkin, and how do I kind of make this real? And so, he had egg layers, right? That's some of his old, early egg house, hen houses, right? And so he started Bestie Field Farm. I think it was 4 years ago. He had a few hens. Then he got up to 1,000 hens. Then he added another 1,000, and now he's out in Charlotte and he has a business. It's Bestie Field's eggs, and you see them in the store, right? And so we've incubated that business. So all the farms in the Intervale came in through that same process, right? They kind of were like, I really want to have a farm and I have a concept, and we sort of helped support them with access to land, access to equipment, access to a supportive environment.
I gotta say, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
It's been illuminating.